Well, hey everybody, backyard scrapping here. Actually today I was working out front on my porch, getting my poles up over my porch and my berm built and getting ready to put siding on the house and all kind of stuff going on. But I knew I had to get ready to get my pours ready for the auction that's coming up on Redneck Metals. So for the first time ever, we're in the kiln area, in the pour area. We're using our brand new setup out here. Everything's in a chain. I didn't have to move nothing or rearrange anything to make anything work. So I'm going to weigh out some copper. I actually already have done 2 silver pours. I'm not going to show them in this video. They're more along the adult lines. So you'll just have to wait to the auction to see those, and I'm fixing to put in some skulls into old silver that didn't make it and some more copper, and we're going to do a couple more pours. I think I'm just going to do 1 straight bar pour in copper, you know, maybe a couple ounce or something for you know, just in case somebody wants an inexpensive piece from backyard scrapping. And then I'm going to do another pyramid, and I'm going to do another cat head or cat face. So it's humid and hot. I'm going to have a little bit of a taste of refreshment. Then I'm going to get my copper weighed out, and we'll get back at you in just a bit. Okay, I think we're ready to rock and roll. This is that economy crucible that I told you about in a couple other videos. It cools off really fast. So we're going to have to do this really fast. So here we go. Yeah, and I don't believe that. It's already solidified. Alright, so we're going to have to dump this out. I tell you what, I think I'm just going to get rid of those crucibles because they're good for 1 or 2 pours, and that's about it. Okay guys, this crucible is just not going to do it. Apparently they're only good for a couple of pours. I'm going to go ahead and unplug my kiln and turn old silver off here for a little bit, and we are going to set this thing out until we can do something with it. There is no copper in there that is liquid, so we are basically just going to let that sucker cool off and bust it and get our copper out of it, because it ain't coming out. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay guys, I just wanted to show you what happened and what was going on. Once we tried to do this first little pour, once we got this little bit of copper out of here, the copper solidified. It is because this is that economy crucible again. And I know you can see how sponged up it is, and that is not allowing it to hold the heat. And now, even after a closer look at the pieces, I plunged it and I actually threw it in a pot of water several feet away with the tongs. But if you look right in here, I don't know, I'm sure you're not going to be able to see it on the camera, and I don't have it set on close-up, but there's copper throughout this sponge. So this crucible was probably going to fail anyway. These are about 13 bucks a piece. All right, I'm going to say that they're good to keep on hand just in case. You know, it's good. I think I did about 4, maybe 5 melts in this thing, but that's all it's good for. I mean, literally, you know, I mean, it's almost as porous inside as it is outside here. So I'm going to have to quit for the day. I got some other plans. I think I am going to keep this little guy and polish him up, and that'll be maybe a little extra thing for somebody. And then we will take our silver crucible. This is a more expensive crucible. It's only been used a couple times, but we'll use this to remelt our copper, to make our copper pours. Like I said, I already did the silver pours, and I do have a new crucible for my silver. So I gotta quit right now. I'll get back on this tomorrow, guys. So we'll see you tomorrow. Well, you'll see me in a few seconds. I'll see you tomorrow. Well, good morning, everybody. It is the next day. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Get old silver fired up and see if we can't get this copper to melt the right way. And I am doing this because, believe it or not, and I know I've said it in other videos, it's not really good to touch your crucibles. Really not even good to touch your molds, any graphite that you're using. And the reason behind that is the oil from your hands, if you don't have gloves on, actually gets on the graphite, into the graphite, and can cause wear spots or burn throughs or whatever. Now granted, it's going to take a lot of time to do that, but your crucibles and your molds, mainly your crucibles because they're getting most of the heat, will last longer if you don't touch them. So we're going to go ahead and get this in here. Thankfully that will fit down inside that crucible, so I didn't have to cut it up. And we're going to go ahead and get this in here and start over. So we will be back at you once again when we are ready to pour. So we'll see you in a bit. Okay, everybody, our copper is ready to go. It looks good. That crucible is much better than that other one. I'm going to go ahead and move my mold. I'm going to let it sit there for just another minute, and we'll move it over. It's pretty hot, so I think it's alright. Let me get my glove, and we will go ahead and move this over and pour this pyramid. Put this back in here. And we'll get back at you in just a sec. And we're going to let him set in there for a second. Well, guys, I don't know if this is just not my week for pouring or what, but apparently I needed more metal in there, so we have a pyramid missing a corner, and how I'm going to deal with that, I do not know. Okay, guys, we are back again. It takes a minimum of 10 ounces of copper. I'm not going to attempt pouring this pyramid again without at least 10 ounces of copper in the crucible. As you can see, I tried taking a cutting chisel to it, and I tried my bolt cutters on the corner to no effect. So I guess I'm going to have to lock this thing in a vise and cut it up in a sawzall with the sawzall so I can fit it back into my crucible. So anyhow, that's where we're at right now. We're going to try and pour our cat, if it's at all possible, our cat head. I did manage to turn our first failure. I tossed it in the pickle pot, and it actually came out pretty good. So we're really at 1.5 fails right now. So we do have a little mini copper pyramid. So I'm just going to clean that up a little bit more and polish it. That's a goner for now. I don't have that much more copper. I think I have enough to do this cat. So we are going to go ahead and set that out. Hopefully we have enough metal to pour this cat head. And we do. Okay guys, there's our little kitty cat head. It took well. Let it cool pretty good because this copper holds the heat. And we're going to throw this in the pickle pot. And there's our cat's head. So there we have a successful pour. Okay guys, so here they are. That one's upside down because, as I said, I'm not going to show those, so you'll have to come to the auction to see it. This one is also upside down, but then we have our copper cat face. We've got our little copper pyramid, our baby pyramid. We've got our special metal here, Armatel. I'm thinking that's how they pronounce it, Armatel. Yeah, Armatel. And an Armatel kitty face. So, there we are. Guys, the auction is at Redneck Metals. I will put a link in the description, or there's already a link in the description, and I will put in a card up here. And it starts at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday, May 31st. So you guys be there. I have an extremely busy day Sunday, so I'm going to try and pop in at least into the stream and say hi to everybody. I can't make any guarantees on that, but Red and the guys are going to take care of my stuff for me. So if I'm not, but I'm definitely going to try and get in there. We just got a lot of stuff going on Sunday. I mean, too much. My brain's a mess. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you in the next video.